I am convinced that my computer thinks that it is in charge of me. It's doing all kind of weird things to the light, and that's like majorly what I need the most to work out in this video is going to be my lighting. Because I want to do the update. Whew, the computer is warming me out. I want to go ahead and do the update on my studio Azur that I have owned for a year and carried for 6 months. I have to do a pause for the cause for my family and friends about my controversial plastic blue earrings. I am wearing those today. A lot of them feel that any lady over the age of 18 should not be caught dead wearing plastic colored hoops. And I agree to disagree. So leave your questions, comments, and concerns about those below. So I've already wasted 45 seconds of your time not talking about my update on my studio tour. So let's just jump right into that. This is my bag. And that is what I have been fighting the whole time of this lighting. And these are my handles. Now I have my new Neverfull sitting in the bag as a reference. So that's like the main thing that people want to know is like how is the Azur going to age. And a lot of people are buying this bag for springtime and as a summer bag. And this actually is my favorite Louis Vuitton print of all time. Like seriously, I just love the Azur. It is my personality in a fabric. So with that being said, here is compared to new Vachetta on my Neverfull. And I am so surprised how well that it has lasted and how it actually has maintained. I thought that I was going to have a lot worse for wear results. Let me just say this. I've already said that I've had it for a year and I only carried it for 6 months. I have never cleaned my handles with anything other than a white wash rag that was dry or slightly dampened. The one error that I will make, and I have to make the exception, is when I try to use Coach leather cleaner on the vachetta. Oh, please do not do that. Please, as much as you can, stay away from any solvents. I do not believe in actually cleaning the bags. I mean, if you use like one of those white pencil erasers to get it off, that's fine. But if you use like Mr. Clean Eraser, it is not in your best interest. And the area that I use the Coach leather cleaner on is like right here. I can still tell the difference to this day. Sorry about that, guys. It is a lighter color. And as you can see, it looks rubbed. It looks like somebody rubbed it. It's like if you take a pencil eraser and you rub on white paper, you keep rubbing it, it gets a rough area. And I go onto eBay. I've never bought like a secondhand bag or anything like that, but I go onto eBay to check it out and to see what can you expect from the aging process. And I can always tell when a cleaning solution has been used on a bag, especially for an extended period of time, because it gets a dry, rough, and rugged look. I thought that I was going to have my handles replaced like when I first bought it this year, which was the like I don't know. I thought I was gonna get replaced every year for like maybe the first 2 years or something like that. But honestly, I'm quite happy with these, and I will not be getting them replaced this year. To maintain my bed, like I said, I don't clean it. Sometimes I use like I don't use any cleaning solution. If I want to clean it, I use like a white washcloth, dry or slightly dampened. One thing that I can say that happened to me was that my handle started to take on a like gray pinpricks in certain areas of the bag. And when I went back to the store because I wanted to go ahead and get a new piece anyways, a different speedy, the sales associate told me basically what's going on is that you're in a rush to get patina before you get dirt. When you do not let your bag get sun, it will attract the dirt before it attracts the browning process, and it could turn your handles a grayish color, if that makes sense. Also, which is basically everybody knows that now. Avoid all lotions, oils, and hand sanitizer, and then direct contact. That's what causes your bags to turn that crazy color brown and black in the end. That's what's causing it. Lotions, hand sanitizers, oils, perfumes, and then instantly ripping your handles will get you a black or a dirty brown look like before it'll get the honey brown color. I mean, everything is gonna age, but if you keep everything off your hands, keep your hands nice and dry, it will slow down. When I lived in Florida, I can notice that the most people who have live in Florida or humid places, it will tend faster just due to the humidity. Don't ever leave your bag in the trunk of your car or anything like that. Because if you leave it, it may be looking brand new, and when you come back out to get it, it'll be like, whoa, this thing is like brown already because of the humidity and the heat. With that being said, just some a little bit more. Let me go ahead and just say like my little tab here did curl up a little bit, which I do not like. I think I'm gonna be anal about that. That's like the only thing I'm gonna be anal about, and I'm gonna probably put a quarter, like tape a quarter to the back to weigh it down to see if that will stop it from like flipping up like that. Also, this bag is not white. When you first get it, and the only way I noticed it was like this, because I like to wear a lot of white t-shirt dresses and blouses and things like that. But the longer and longer you have it, you start when you first get it, it's like an eggshell color. You're like, oh, it's not really white. And then the longer and longer you have it, it'll start to turn to like a cream color. Like this wall behind me is not white, but it's like a almost like a baby pin. But the baseboard on the wall is like the thing in the bottom, and you can tell that this bag is more akin to the tone of this wall because it turns more and more of a cream. So if you're expecting a white bag or something that will look good with like white t-shirts and things, I would say really thinking about it because it's not white. It's definitely more on the cream side, and as it ages, it will age a little bit more on the yellow undertones than it will on the white undertones. The most things that people are worried about are color transfers. That's like the second most worry after the handle is going to be like the color transfers. Now, I'm not really a jean wearer. However, you can see in that corner that facing towards you, I don't know what happened. After 6 months of constant wear, this this thing has been on car floors, bar floors, wherever it felt like laying. I didn't really care, and I can say that's my only damaged corner. And I just don't know. I don't know. This bag has seen some rough occasions and times when I just didn't care. So I still think that's pretty awesome. And then the inside of it is my worst for wear. I never liked the inside of the tabs and the screen lining from the beginning. I didn't know about those first to goes. I think I do want to get like a first to go or something like that, just to have the storage and the compartments. I just think those things are so neat. I'm thinking about getting some, different cosmetic pouches so you'll be able to get and change it on your purses easily too. I'm trying to speed up. So the one thing I could say, which I didn't care because I'm not a kind of person to buy secondhand bags. Usually, I think I'm gonna sell any of my purses, so I didn't really care about the interior upkeep and mine. That's like the dirtiest part of my, and that's just from my own not caring. Okay, that has not been taken care of, but I'm sure with I've heard like Dove soap and a white rag will clean the interior quite well without damaging anything else. But I just didn't care. You got some pencil marks, some makeup, some lip gloss. I just didn't care. But with all those different base shapers and things like that most people use, I'm sure that can be avoided. The one thing about base shapers that I have seen happen though is that the base shaper, if you're not careful what kind you get, can wear the corners more because it's not meant to be um, this bag is meant to be malleable. Does that make sense? So if you put something hard against a malleable surface, the malleable surface is going to be what's going to show the wear. And in this case, your base shaper is probably going to be hard, so what's going to show the wear is going to be your bag. That's like the easiest way that I can explain it. So I talked about the handles, the color, the interior, my tab. One last thing, like I said, because I thought I was gonna have to get my handles replaced, like every year for the first 2 years, just to make sure that I feel like I had like a new, refreshed, clean bag for the springtime. And I'm happy to say that I don't feel like that's necessary. But if the time comes, I will go ahead and do that. My handles are not perfect by any means. Most of the wear or the grayness is seen in the underside where it's not getting the sunlight and where I am carrying that on the crook of my arm. Now this is making it look too dark. I ain't that dark. Okay, here's the honey color there on the top, and then on the underside from it not having enough sun is taking on like a grayish tint to it. So what I may have to do is put it in the window and just have it like this here so that this gets a tan too. Because you can definitely tell the difference between sun in your bag and not sun in your bag. And that was the tip that I got from the Louis Vuitton store. And those are the tips that work best for me. Keep the lotions, antibacterials off your hands. give your bag some sunlight, and do not use any solvents, Mr. Clean erasers, or anything for your long-term enjoyment. And I thought I was only going to take 5 minutes, and I took 10. I won't say not a second longer, but I